Hey everyone, it's Val from Live Journey. I'm back from my competition, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my experience. I know I posted on Facebook about what the judges thought, and I really appreciate all your support, having my back, all the nice comments and everything. So I wanted to kind of go into detail a little bit more and let you guys know how everything went. When I posted it was like my first reaction. I was like, I have to tell them what just happened. And I didn't really, get to really explain anything. So, first I just want to say that, you know, I'm not going to bash the competition or the people who left the comments. This is only my second competition, so I'm not going to say that this is how all competitions are or all judges, but I just want to speak to you on my experience that happened with two judges. There was a panel about 6, but by the time I got down there, the other judges weren't there, so I only spoke to 2 judges. So I don't want to discourage anyone who wants to compete, and I don't want you to think that, this is how it is, because I don't know. This is only my second show. But one positive thing is that I met so many great girls, and the experience probably wouldn't have been as good as it was during the day if I didn't have these girls to talk to, and, there was no cattiness, and everyone was just there to, help each other. So the competition itself was an amazing experience, and I would do it again just for that aspect of it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what happened with the judges. After the competition, I proceeded to leave, and I said to myself, let me get some feedback, because I'm curious, because you never know what the judges are looking for. Every show is different, and they have different judges, so you never know. My last show, I didn't get any feedback because I felt like I was happy with my body, and if they didn't like it, I didn't care, because I was happy with it. And I told myself, I wouldn't ask for feedback because, I was happy with myself, my results, and really that's all that mattered. And the purpose of me doing these shows is, it was a goal, it was something to work for, and the first show I did, I enjoyed it, so I wanted to do it again. I wanted to have that goal, that drive, and then, have the results. So I went down there, and I had my dress in hand because we had a evening gown wear. I still had my suit on, had my bag, and I went down there, and someone else was talking to the judges, so I just kind of waited. And then when they turned around and talked to me, I said, well, I don't know if you remember me, but I just wanted to get some feedback on, how I did. And he's like, oh, well, what division were you? And I said, bikini. And then he said, well, what category? I said, medium. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe he doesn't even remember me. So then he said, well, let me look at you. And I was like, okay. I'm thinking they have like a score sheet, and he can tell me, oh, well, your posing was bad, or I need you to be a little more developed in your arms, or something like that. So I set myself down, and he looks at me, and he says, I'm going to be straight with you. If you want to make it in the fitness industry, you need to have a breast augmentation. And I was just, taken back a little bit, because, for one, I know people have implants and things like that, but I never thought you were judged on it. I never thought that, that was part of doing a fitness competition, is if you had big breasts, or if you had implants, or if that even mattered. I never thought about it, because I personally, when I look at someone in the magazines, I'm looking at their arms, I'm looking at their abs, I'm not looking at their chest thinking, oh, well, they're fit, you know. So when he said it, I was just like kind of taken back a little bit. And he said, you know, if you want to be in the magazines, or, you know, continue doing this in fitness, you should really consider that. And then he said, you might want to get your teeth fixed too. And I'm thinking, what do my teeth have to do with fitness along with my breasts? Okay, I could maybe understand, you know, him noticing that I didn't have implants, but like the Sweaty Betty said, how could he even see my teeth on stage? So then I was like, okay, well, what about my body? Because really that's what's important to me. What about my body? What about my posing? And he's like, oh, your body's perfect, your proportions right, everything's right, you have nice cheekbones, blah, blah, blah. And the other judge was next to him, and she was basically just agreeing with everything he said. And then he said, you should bump up your hair. And I'm like, you mean like bump up here? And he's like, no, like your bangs, like this part, like I guess I needed to like bump it up like that. I don't really know. So, and then he asked if he could touch it to bump it up for me. And so that was that part. And so then she chimed in and said, you know, is this your first show? And I said, no, it's my second. She's like, okay, well, with your poses, just make sure you keep practicing. So I really wanted to just like bust out in tears when they were talking. But I held it together, and I said to him, I said, okay, if I had breasts, what place do you think I've got if I would have had breasts? And he said, if you would have had breasts, I would have got top 3. And I was just like furious, because I just felt like, how am I, you know, being judged on basically if I have breasts or not, and the fact that I would have got top 3 if I did have them. And when I was reading the description, because I went back and read the description of what they were looking for, nowhere did it say anything about, you know, breasts or anything. It had to do with having an athletic body, having a good smile, and being well proportioned. And he said I was well proportioned. So, you know, I just didn't understand that part, and I'm still just kind of confused about the whole thing, because I mean, it is new to me, so I don't know if when you go into competitions that you are going to be judged on the score sheet. It's going to say, you know, points for breast or whatever. I don't know. I've never judged. I haven't done that many competitions, but it is a little discouraging, because if I would have known that that was a criteria, what is the point of me even stepping on stage? No, my boobs don't, you know, look like half of the people. So, you know, if that's going to be a determining factor for you to get top 3, what's the point? You know, I go in the gym and I go in the gym and I work hard to show, you know, people that, you know, you can be fit and you can overcome things. And then I go on stage to show my hard work, and it's not even noticed. It's not even important, because I lacked in one area that doesn't even have to do with hard work. And someone made a comment on my page and said that I've already done the hard work, and, you know, it's an easy fix. An easy fix to get a boob job, an easy fix to fix my teeth. If it's an easy fix, you can go ahead and donate $10,000 to me. And I don't have anything against getting implants, because honestly, I have considered them even before I started my fitness journey, because I've always been smaller, and the only time I really did have boobs is when I was pregnant. So I don't have anything against that. People getting them or anything like that. But just, for a judge to tell me in a fitness competition that I did not place because I didn't have big breasts is just really disappointing, and it's sad because, I think of myself as an athlete. When I ran track, it didn't matter what I looked like. It didn't matter if I had breasts or not. It mattered if I worked hard and went out there and did my best. And so I'm coming from an athletic point of mind, and these girls going on stage, we're athletes. And so I guess it's kind of hard for me because I'm not used to that, and I didn't think that the industry was like that. So I just, want to let you guys know that that is a possibility, and you may be picked at for things. But if this is a goal for you and you want to do it, then I say do it. And if you don't care what the judges think, don't ask them, because you might not hear what you want to hear. And, I wouldn't want you to experience that, especially if you have worked so hard for it. So, I just want to thank you guys, because this journey would not be possible if I didn't have this page and didn't have you guys to have my back. So, I just want to thank you, and, I just hope that other shows aren't like this. I don't know. I don't know if I won't be competing again, this year. But I don't think it's really going to deter me, because I like to prove people wrong. So if he says I can't make it and I can't do it, then that just gives me even more drive to prove him wrong. If he says I can't be in a magazine, or, I can't make it, I'd rather just turn around and prove him wrong. And that is my drive. So, don't be discouraged if people tell you that you can't do it, or that you need this and you need that, because you don't. If you work hard and, you have a goal in mind, you keep going for it, and don't care about what other people think. So, that's my spiel on, how everything went down. So I just want to thank you guys again, and I'll be back to talk about some more things and do some more fitness workouts for you guys. So thanks again. Bye.